ahead of the biggest wrestling show that the WWE has to offer in WrestleMania 41 that will take place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on April the 6th and April the 7th. We have more information now that has came out against the former owner and CEO of WWE and former um, CEO of TKO Holdings and Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Now, I've documented uh, the allegation that was laid upon him, which caused him to having to resign as chairman of TKO. So, there's a woman by the name of Janelle Grant. Janelle Grant was the woman who filed a lawsuit against Vince McMahon over hush money payments. Now, without going into a whole bunch of detail, she sued him to the she sued him, and Vince McMahon was supposed to pay her like $3 million, but he only paid her $1 million, and as part of a lawsuit. This is before WWE merged with the UFC and became TKO. This one, Vince McMahon was firmly in control of WWE. Vince McMahon ended up stepping down because there were these damning allegations that came out against him. And it wasn't just Janelle Grant; it was more women that was in that lawsuit that the Wall Street Journal first reported. Right. This is when this is what the Wall Street Journal first reported, and this would cause him to step back from WWE, and that's how Stephanie McMahon and Triple H and Nick Khan got in there. And then Vince McMahon strongs armed his way back into the company. He then sells the WWE to Ari Emanuel. They also got the UFC involved. So that's how we got TKO. And it's headed by Ari Emanuel, the brother of Rahm Emanuel, who was the former mayor of Chicago who covered up the murder of Laquan McDonald. But that's another story for another day. So you have these allegations that come out against Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon sells a stake within WWE. And this is where we at now. Okay. So Janelle Grant filed this lawsuit, and then she comes up with more allegations. What's up, Carla? So, blacksportsonline.com is where the article is coming from. And I want to give a salute to Ticket, because Ticket TV first talked about this. And there was no way I wasn't talking about this, because I know I've talked about this man on many videos and all the stuff that he got involved in, especially if you look at the storylines within WWE. When he called Booker T the N-word, when he the skit with Edge, Lita, and John Cena when it was real X-rated. The illegitimate son with Hornswoggle. The skit with Kurt Angle when he learned that Kurt Angle liked black women. All that stuff you see in these promos and these skits or whatever like that. Now you're starting to see a lot of stuff is coming out in real life. But anyway, let's get to the article. Did you know that Vince McMahon's accuser, Janelle Grant, penned a quote-unquote love letter to the ex-WWE CEO after alleging sexual abuse? However, by the way, this I want to give a warning real quick. What I say might be graphic in nature, right? I want to warn people. This could contain stuff that might find some people disturbed by it. So viewer discretion is advised. You've been warned. So if you're not the type to stomach this kind of content, this is your time to leave right now. All right. Now that we got that out the way, she claimed she was coerced into writing it. All right. The plot thickens as this unexpected twist unfolds in the ongoing legal battle between Janelle Grant and Vince McMahon. With allegations of coercion clouding the situation, the truth behind this peculiar love letter remains shrouded in mystery as accusations and defenses fly back and forth. One thing is certain, this scandal has more layers than a wrestling ring. Grant insists that she was coerced into writing the letter, and it does not diminish the severity of the abuse she faced. Despite this attempt at reconciliation, Grant's claims against Vince McMahon remain steadfast. Janelle Grant, whose bombshell lawsuit landed a day before the wrestling icon abruptly stepped down as executive chairman of WWE parent TKO Group Holdings, penned a lengthy email to McMahon on Christmas Eve 2021, in which she called him my best friend, my love, and everything. Really? A dude that's 78 years old and you're 43? Mm-mm-mm. After almost 3 years together, it's like my life isn't even real to me unless you're there and in it, and I'm sharing it all with you. The 43-year-old wrote in a Christmas Eve letter to 78-year-old Vince McMahon obtained by the Post. The love-struck letter stands in contrast to the allegations in her explosive lawsuit filed in Connecticut federal court in January, which claimed that McMahon allegedly defecated on Grant's head during a threesome at 3 in the morning. In May 2020, some 18 months before she wrote the alleged love letter. But Grant's attorney, Ann Callis, told the Post that McMahon actually instructed Grant to write the letter. Frankly, it's pretty disgusting that Vince Weeks' late attempt to defend his horrendous behavior, he claims to this day never happened, is to try to showcase letters that Vince himself coerced her to write. His psychological torture of her continues as atypical of abusive predators who respond to women speaking out with increased threats. While Janelle isn't a stranger to his intimidation tactics, this is a new low even for him. So let me get this straight. So you mean to tell me that Vince McMahon convinced her to write a love letter 3 years ago, in which she said that Vince McMahon, who's 78 years old, who's running around here with a goddamn genetic jackhammer, right? And he was out there giving her that, genetic jackhammer. That Vince McMahon was her best friend, her love, and her everything, but he sexually assaulted her. Somebody got to make that make sense. And now, look, this is not to defend Vince McMahon, and it's sure as hell not to support Vince McMahon. We don't know what's going on here because this thing got so many layers, and we just got to see how this plays out. And another question I got: why isn't there this wall-to-wall, eye in the sky, number 5 on the dial coverage like how they're covering Diddy? TMZ's all over Diddy. If Diddy's taking a shit, TMZ and Harvey Levin is going to put it out. If Diddy just happened to be doing a dance routine from one of his former hits, right? Take that. Harvey Levin and TMZ is going to cover it, but yet they don't got the same application for this shit. Anyway. The love-struck letter stands in contrast to the allegations of her explosive lawsuit filed back in January, right? Frankly, it's pretty disgusting that Vince's Weeks' late attempt to defend his horrendous behavior claims to this day never happened. Asked about the coercion allegation, McMahon's attorney Jessica Taub Rosenberg of law firm Kasowitz Benson Torres told the Post that this is revisionist history. No one coerced Mrs. Grant to write the letter. and that she wrote it on her own accord. The fact that the letter shows it was the 24th draft speaks volumes. Nowhere in her voluminous complaint Nowhere in her voluminous complaint that is replete with fabrications does she mention being coerced into such behavior. Now, look, do I believe that Vince McMahon coerced her into writing some letter? I don't believe that. But do I believe Vince McMahon is absolved from all and any accountability? No, I do not. I think Vince McMahon did do some of this stuff. But like I say, we need to let the facts play out, and then we'll formulate our opinion as such. But this woman here is saying that Vince McMahon coerced her to write a letter on Christmas Eve in 2021. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I don't believe Vince McMahon did that shit. Now, do I believe Vince McMahon did other things? Oh, yes, I do believe Vince McMahon did other things. Because if you just watch the promos and a lot of these skits that was on Raw when he was under control of WWE, it can give you an idea what the fuck was going on behind the scenes. Now, I will say this one more time because I know there are a lot of dimwits, dunderheads, dodo birds, and slow wits out there that can't seem to formulate an idea to which I am trying to not absolve Vince McMahon of his actions. Just because I don't believe he did this does not mean that he is totally innocent of all charges. I think he's guilty as fuck. What's up, Eric? Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Grant revealed that on December 21st, 3 days before sending the letter, Grant texted McMahon that she had surgery on her pointer finger, saying that she thinks she might be tapping out today. And the alleged text obtained by the Post, which was not included in Grant's lawsuit, but alleged as a genuine by the spokesperson for Grant, McMahon responded, damn it, sorry, baby, following it with 2 heart emojis. How will I write your letter? Grant replied in the text thread, I can type it and read it or try to write it in a couple days. Grant added, I'm so sorry if I messed things up. I just want you to have a nice letter. Grant's rep, who asked to remain unnamed, also said that Grant had written love letters at McMahon's request so many times that she resorted to padding them with existing material from pop culture, including a GQ interview with Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly posted 2 months before Grant's letter. Hey, congratulations, man. Congratulations that you got your new spot. In a GQ piece, for example, author Marley Lambert said of the celeb's relationship, the carnal component is clearly off the charts, but they can also be sweet and funny. Language that was lifted nearly word for word in Grant's letter. Fox and MGK are in love with the capital L. The story also states, yet phrase lifted by Grant. In another passage, Grant wrote, I feel understood, accepted, loved, and appreciated for who I am in my core. You see my heart, you see my soul. There are few people who know the secret of making heaven here on earth. You're one of those rare people. Grant's spokesperson said that the sugary sweet lines were ripped verbatim from the 1947 film, The Bishop's Wife. In her suit, Grant, a former WWE employee who worked at the company's Stamford, Connecticut headquarters between June 2019 and March 2022. What's up, Alex? Also claimed that McMahon trafficked her to other WWE executives and wrestlers and caused physical injuries from forceful use of sex toys that were named after male WWE stars. Were one of those sex toys named Val Venus? Or were one of those other sex toys named Brock Lesnar? Or one of other sex toys named The Undertaker? Because, The Undertaker, digging souls and making holes or some shit like that. That's what he ever said back in the day. But whatever. McMahon, who's under federal investigation by New York prosecutors over the sexual assault and sex trafficking allegations, has denied Grant's accusations, claiming that their relationship was a consensual affair. So this is where Linda McMahon comes in at, because Linda McMahon is the estranged wife to Vince McMahon. And apparently, allegedly, Vince and Linda McMahon are still technically married, but they are living in separate homes. You have not seen Linda McMahon with Vince McMahon in quite some time. Matter of fact, when Vince McMahon did make his rare appearances, he always was with another female. Ms. Grant's claims are false, defamatory, and entirely without merit. McMahon's attorney Todd told the Post last Thursday that they intend to vigorously defend Mr. McMahon, and they'll be confident that he'll be vindicated. Grant's rambling 2,200-word email was taken from Grant's laptop as part of the investigation on behalf of the WWE board by white shoe law firm Simpson Thatcher and Bartlett, and is expected to appear in court filings as the case progresses, according to sources close to the situation. The love letter saga sheds light on the intricate web of emotions and power struggles in such cases. Remember that healing and moving forward are vital steps for both the victim and the accused. It's getting wild in this sexual assault case. So there's some text messages. So there was some text messages where Miss Grant texting him a picture of her arm that she got surgery on, not arm, her finger that she got surgery on. Vince McMahon, basically told her sorry and all that. How they get those text messages is crazy. How they get those text messages is crazy. All right, so here's the letter. I'm going to read the letter. This is a confidential letter, but I'm going to read this letter to y'all. Man, this reminds me of Mark Sanford. Now, for those who may not be aware, Mark Sanford used to be the governor of South Carolina, and he was caught up in the affair with a woman who was a news reporter out in down in South America, right? And somehow one of the news publications got a letter, got a hold of all his emails, and with the way he was talking to this woman, you thought this motherfucker put the G in game, right? Mark Sanford was out there, boy. So I'm gonna read this letter here that was that's in question. I've said it before, but I love watching the beautiful apples of your cheeks raised to the sweetest smile every time we kiss. Ooh, boy, if Linda McMahon heard this shit, Linda McMahon, if you heard this shit, there's this letter right here, y'all. This shit juicier. Ooh, this hey, boy, I look forward to that moment so much. I love that when you dance, you could be so silly about it, or you can sweep me off my feet. I love that you hum tunes to me of songs that you don't even know the words to. And I love that over the past 2.5 years we've been together, that your face and spirit is lighter and brighter with each passing day. You made room in my life and your heart for me, and that will forever be the greatest gift you have ever given me. We don't get to spend as much time together as we like to, and I accept that because I accept who you are. When I'm missing you, the time moves so slowly, and when we're together, it goes so fast. Way too fast. I wish I could make it stop. I want to free frame the moment we are together, as those are the moments that become priceless paintings that will forever hang in the wall of my heart. Boy, this thing make me want to cry, boy. I tell you, not really. But anyway, most of my life I felt alone. And this sounds like the letter that old girl wrote to Vince McMahon. Most of my life I have felt alone, even when I was in a room full of people. My relationships in general have taken a pattern, and I've ended up pushing people away before they get the chance to hurt me. That was a toxic and lonely way to go through life, and it prevented me from actually finding any happiness. That was until I met you. For you, I'm willing to be vulnerable, take a chance to tear down any wall that the actions of others have made me put up. With you, I realized that you never lose by loving, but you will always lose by holding back. Now, by opening myself up and surrendering myself to you and our chemistry, I realize that nobody knows me as well as you do. It turns out that only you can save lonely me. And now, if I were to image a future moment in my life where all my dreams can come true, I could I think about who I could want standing next to me to share it with. And that person is you. I want you in my corner just as badly as I want you in yours, cheering you on and applauding all that you do. After almost 3 years together, it's like my life isn't even real to me unless you're there in it and I'm sharing it all with you. And as much as I know you love me, you will never find a person who cares or loves you more than I do because of the person you are at your core. Occasionally, mentally, I recognize that I'm a bit of pain in the ass. Yes, I know I'm a pain. I'm not perfect. I'll annoy you, constantly say stupid things, then take it back and go through struggles that confuse you. But you handle it all in stride. Thank you for putting up with me and seeing all the good despite it. When I've been at my most lonely, unhappy, frustrated, confused, or dark, depressed places, you've not only put up with me, but you love me despite it. And when I felt like a sad, ugly version of myself, you managed to see a beautiful soul. And that's proof, Vince, that you made the world a better place because you see the good in it. And that's proof something I hope you to take away from this letter more than anything else. During our time together, I've come to realize that there are two big paydays in any love story: the day you meet the person of your dreams and the day you confess to them that how you really feel. It's not marriage, paperwork, a business decision, and a million people you don't really know watch you walk down the aisle. It's about being vulnerable enough to put your heart in the other person's hands by saying these three words. 8 letters said it, and I'm yours forever. I'll end this letter with two thoughts. The first is that life is short and a person can only have so many great moments, the kind that genuinely change them for the better. And I'm so blessed because you have. So that's the letter that Janelle Grant allegedly wrote to Vince McMahon. Now, hearing that, do you believe that Vince McMahon coerced her to write that letter? That Vince McMahon had this woman sitting on the chair with a gun to her head and be like, you better write me this letter, bitch, or I'm going to blow your brains out. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Here's another one. Here we go, draft 24, which is even harder to begin after we spilled our hearts to each other than a few nights ago. In some ways, I wonder what's left to say after a beautiful evening like that, and then I realize there's so much more to say to my best friend, my love, my everything. Is there any way I can adequately tell how much my life has changed for the better since we met? How can I put in the words that you have filled my void in every heart? I'm pretty sure he filled your pussy with dick, that you remain empty forever. True love cannot be found where it does exist. Nor can true love be hidden where it does exist. It's not something that you find, it's something that finds you. I think this woman really had feelings for this guy. I didn't know who you were the day we met, but I immediately knew I was missing a piece that had clicked into place the moment I saw your face. I loved you straightforwardly without complexity or pride. I love you because I know no other way than this. But we are so close that when your hand is on my leg, oh no, but we are so close that when your hand on my leg is my hand, your arms wrapped around me are my arms. And when you close your eyes at night, I fall asleep on you. Boy, I tell you, man, God damn. Hey, man, I need to take some notes or something, man. You know, I need to lay some of this game on that. The thought of you makes my day begin. The tune of your laugh makes my heart sing along. Your smiles, your ups, your lows, your brow furrows, your joys and your woes are second nature to me now. Like breathing out and breathing in. Boy. Every time I see you and I walk into your embrace, I close my eyes and exhale because all is right with the world. There's a light and warmth that you radiate, and when I step into your arms, I am home. I am at peace. I am the best and most authentic version of myself in your presence. I feel understood, accepted, loved, and appreciated for who I am at my core. You see my heart, you see my soul. You help me the one thing I fear I lose for good, my smile. Nobody else brings that out in me, and then I realize why. There are few people who know the secret of making a heaven here on earth. You're one of those rare people. The sense of heaven is that the very thing I want to give back to you. I want nothing more for you to come home and be happy. I want you to feel warmth, joy, music, and laughter radiating from your door before you open it. I want you to walk into the sight of the twinkle lights from your Christmas tree, the sweet sound of music, the sweet home cooking, like eggs on multigrain toast and all that shit. I want you to turn the corner, be welcome, joyful. Look, y'all get the idea. This woman was penning a love letter to Vince McMahon. I do not believe that he coerced her into writing these things. This is too much damn detail. There's too much damn detail in this to have Vince to believe that Vince McMahon coerced this woman into writing this shit. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Any emotion at all?
I'm just gonna keep it 100. So this is crazy. This is crazy. Now, once again, I know there could be some people, oh man, you're here defending Vince McMahon. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I am fucking not. The fact of the matter is this. This incident has so many layers to it. And I don't know what's true and what's false. But for my personal vantage point, for my personal thoughts about this, right? Do I believe Vince McMahon is guilty of being a sexual deviant? Yes, I do believe Vince McMahon is guilty of being a sexual deviant. Now, do I believe that Vince McMahon coerced this woman to write these lengthy letters about her love for him and all that stuff? I do not believe Vince McMahon coerced this woman into writing these letters. I don't believe it. So, but like I say, if more stuff comes out, more evidence comes out, then I have the right to formulate my opinion as such as we get more details. You guys let me know what y'all think about this, because this is crazy. This is freaking crazy. You're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hey!